And we move to the United States. The military in the country is refusing to provide security clearance to American Jews with familial ties to Israel. The move has drawn criticism from U.S. Jewish groups who blame the policy on the dual loyalties trope. I-24 News correspondent Danielle Ziri reports.
It's a decision that shocks the American Jewish community. The United States military is denying security clearance for American Jews who have family in Israel. And the reason is divided loyalties. The story caught media attention when retired dentist from New York, Dr. Gershon Pincus, wanted to give back to his country and serve at a naval clinic in Saratoga Springs, upstate. Despite a spotless professional record and 2 successful security interviews, the doctor was notified that his security clearance was to be denied. The report clearly states, you have weekly telephone contact with your mother and brother in Israel. You added your mother's sister and brother may have contact with their neighbors in Israel. Foreign contacts and interests may be a security concern due to divided loyalties. But Dr. Pincus's lawyer, Avi Sheikh, intends to fight this. He has already filed a challenge of the denial. According to him, this practice is discriminatory and baseless.
I think what they're saying is we look at you not as an American, but I guess as a Jew who might care more for a different country than his own country.
Avi Sheikh explains that Dr. Pincus is not the first one whose security clearance has been denied for the same reasons.
As part of our research in representation of Dr. Pincus, we reviewed all the cases out there relating to military contractors, and what we found was 105 instances over the past 10 years where employees of military contractors were denied clearance because they had family ties to Israel. This is, formal and official military policy being driven from headquarters. And so that's, another very, very disturbing aspect of this.
An official policy that shouldn't stand. Jewish organizations in the U.S. agree and voice their concerns. Questioning the loyalty of Jews to their country is, they say, a disturbing idea.
To the extent that anti-Semitism has been a problem and is a problem in the United States, one of its foundational principles has been that Jews are really not loyal to the United States. They're loyal either to a worldwide Jewish conspiracy or to Israel, and everything is before the United States. This is one of the leading anti-Semitic stories that's told in the United States and has been for a long time.
The U.S. Department of Defense, however, promises the reviewing process of security clearance applications is not aimed at discriminating against Jews. The adjudication process is the careful weighing of a number of variables known as the whole person concept. All available, reliable information about the person, past and present, favorable and unfavorable, is considered in reaching a clearance determination. If a security clearance applicant has relatives or other close connections to people in any foreign country, this could potentially disqualify that person from being eligible for a security clearance. Dr. Pincus should soon receive the results of his appeal. His legal counsel explains that the goal is not just to ensure that the dentist gets his clearance, but also to more generally eradicate this practice from the U.S. military system once and for all.
Yes, and now for more on that surprising story, we're joined on Skype from New York City by Danielle Ziri, I-24 News correspondent in New York. Good evening, Danielle.
Good evening to you.
Well, Danielle, we can say that it's a controversial development, to say the least. Tell us about the reactions this is drawing in the United States today.
It's drawing a lot of reactions, especially from the Jewish community, that really is saying that this is quite anti-Semitic. Some people said that this is one of the basic arguments that has always been held against the Jews, that they are not loyal to their country. And so the fact that the military would fall into that trap, they told me, is something that really is disturbing for a lot of people. And more than that, Ayman, I can tell you that a lot of people in the Jewish community are wondering today and asking themselves this question: are U.S. American Jews really paying the price for Jonathan Pollard?
Certainly a big reference to make there. And Danielle, we saw in your report that attorney Avishek has filed an appeal against this decision. Do we know what's likely to happen if the appeal is denied?
So there's a few steps. He explained to me that there's this appeal that he's challenging this decision now. They're waiting for the result of that. There is a second option to appeal if that doesn't work. And if that doesn't work either, well, then you can go to federal court. He said it's a process that would take a long time, but they are prepared to do this. And I just want to mention, actually the lawyer Avishek took this case for free because it disturbed him profoundly as an American, and he said also as a Jew.
Yes, Danielle Zeri, thank you very much, first for bringing us this story, and secondly for being with us tonight.